talk about what we were watching yesterday?
Sure. Go ahead and tell them what it's all about.
Okay, so back when I was doing the iceberg video, the Sly Cooper iceberg video, I found out there was this fan game that was being made by the guy named Savo Central. He made really good like Sly Cooper content, and I was like, oh, might as well actually give this more attention. And I defended him at this one point because one dude said that Sly Cooper is made for children, but he still wanted a Sly 5 before. But it became very apparent that he's like shifting to giving quote unquote incels like advice. I remembered I showed the screenshot where it was a Sly Cooper skit and enters in the manosphere or some bullshit like that. And then when I was watching it, I was like, you know what? Clary would really love to listen to this girl. He went on to some dude's podcast and he said even more stuff.
I'll admit, I've cheated a few times myself, but I'm just exercising my options.
Yeah. No, he was like, no, men don't cheat. They only exercise their options.
There's no such thing as male cheating. Men, we don't cheat. We simply exercise options. No, men don't cheat. A man who, if your man really loves you, he will not allow you to find out about his side bitches. That's just how it is. If he really loves you, he will never let you sniff the side bitches.
And he won't act different around you.
Dude, exactly. Because men and women, we view sex differently. That's why we show our fidelity differently.
I've cheated before. And I've cheated on her with her friend too. You know, when a guy cheats on a girl, the girl will always be like, do you love her? But then when a woman cheats on the man, her friends are like, oh, how big is his dick?
Did he cheat on his math test too? Probably.
Dude, I've been caught cheating many times. The first question, 12 times out of 10, when they, like, I dated this girl, Chrissy, I fucked her best friend, Aaron. The first question they always ask is, do you love her? Yeah. Do you love her, right? What's the first question we ask when we find out a girl cheats on us? How big is his dick, right?
You know, there are some women out there who's making these like posts about like, oh, my man stays at home playing video games. He's not going around cheating on me, and he's not out with the boys and shit like that. And then he was like, oh, are we really gonna go from there? Are we really saying that? In the next 6 months, you're gonna beg for him to cheat on you.
It's you.
Okay.
The last chapter of my audiobook, I talked about a trend I noticed online. It was women taking pictures of their man playing Xbox and bragging that my man don't go out and hang with his boys, because Lord knows if he goes out with his boys, he might encounter some women.
That's right.
My man is a good boy who stays at home and plays video games.
Right.
And the funny thing is it's disguised in like good intent,
sure,
which is them saying like, hey, other women, don't give your man a hard time because he likes his video games. At least he's not out cheating.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so this is what it comes down to? Like, Lord knows if he's hanging with his boys, they might encounter some women. So you'd prefer somebody who's lazy and complacent and can often be found in front of the television with a blunt in the fucking Xbox controller. And what I said in the book is, yo, they might act like that now. 6 months in, they'll be begging that you cheat.
Please, I'm begging you. Please, this relationship is so boring. Can you please just put down the video games and cheat on me? I don't even know. It was like a lot of shit going on.
What was it? It was he was talking to the girl who was just
like, the girl. Yeah, oh, poor man.
The boring guy that's not really that much fun, but he won't cheat. Versus the guy who'll take him on vacations, be a lot of fun, but he might cheat from time to time. Who'd you choose and why?
I would choose the guy that wouldn't cheat, because if he's boring, I'm not boring, so I can make him have fun. I'd rather do that than have somebody cheating on me.
I'll take the boring guy who wouldn't cheat.
That's a hard question because technically women cheat because of spontaneity.
That's no self-love.
I know that I would say I would want the one that doesn't cheat, but my behavior, I believe, would say otherwise. So I don't know, because we're both. Women don't know how to communicate with men in general, let alone anymore. I've also seen awful rejections. Women have absolutely no idea the level of rejection and embarrassment that guys go through.
And I figured that you are probably the type that's like a dope older sister type that would like really if
A doper older sister.
Young man were to come to you with I'm seeing this girl, what do I do to impress her, that you would be the one that doesn't give that like just be yourself and just fucking be really nice.
Yeah.
And
she was just like, nah, I would prefer a guy who would cheat on me than a boring guy who wouldn't cheat on me. And she went on this whole tirade of like, all these guys have to go through the struggle of being rejected by women, and it's they're so oppressed. It's some
Men are so oppressed.
Men are so oppressed.
Don't you understand when a guy tries to sexually harass a woman that it's so sad that when the woman says to go away? Do you know what that does to his ego?
And Savo was just like, I like you because you tell it straight up. You're like the cool sister.
Dude, yeah, they just like they love
tell-
her just because she's hot and she agrees with them. So it's like that's it.
It was like you know what? You're like the cool sister. You tell them how it is. You tell them that it's not. You don't tell them the obvious of
Be yourself and be
yourself.
nice.
Yeah, and then we were both just like, oh yeah, the best way to get women is by lying to them and telling them that we have money, but really we don't, and we're just like big pieces of shit that don't really.
You only get women by being someone who you aren't. That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, I love his advice because it's directed toward those people who've already been in multiple relationships. Like, all these people say it as if they're talking to people who are struggling with relationships. These people have been in like multiple relationships and have cheated on their like fucking partners. So it's just like, it's
Like
so
they're the
fucking
people to
bizarre.
be given advice, and it's like, oh, okay.
Men or women as like fucking humans. They think of it as like a fucking strategy game. Like, they think that they're like playing fucking Monopoly and they're like trying to figure out like what properties they should take or whatever.
And then, I don't know, the guy was like, oh, a damaged girl? Nah, that's a burden right there.
And it reminds me a lot of that girl who never acts right and blames everything on her ex. Like, I know I act crazy, I know I act psycho, it's only because my ex really screwed me up. It's a constant never-ending situation of the next man being left to clean up the previous man's mistakes or deal with the burden left by the previous man. And how did she find the new man anyways?
Yeah.
Like, AKA, okay, you don't want to work with a partner through struggles, that's cool then. Then don't get in a relationship. Perfect woman, she'll shut the fuck up, won't give any opinions, and won't argue with me, and has no past trauma. Basically a clean slate. Basically, I just want a picture of a girl and call it my girlfriend. I don't know if I call those who make the dating advice videos people. Yeah, that's true too. Scully, put those Switch
What?
controllers down and go cheat on me, please.
Sorry, babe, but I'm trying to collect 100 coins.
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm just a beta gamer.
Beta cunt. Some dolls
was
with
it?
no expression, no thoughts, just an empty void to look at. That sounds
There
like a
were-
good partner.
We were looking at the community tabs on Savo, and there was one post, and I go to the hazard room every day, and it's like he's like pumping iron. He's like getting jacked by his arms, and he's just like, yeah, you know, it's just like the it's just like I'm going in the hazard room. I remembered I left a comment being like, isn't the hazard room supposed to be for beginners? And instantly I was getting like a lot of likes over it. Mostly,
The use of those titles like Sigma, Beta, Alpha, etc. in an ironic way seems so stupid. I know, like, using it unironically, it's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't...
It's like, no, the fucking guy was just, he was like making fun of fucking gamers. He was making fun of everybody.
And he makes fucking Sly
like,
Cooper content.
Yeah, that's the funniest fucking thing.
He's like, I'm so woke now, I'm never going back to fucking playing video games. I hit the gym every day.
I bet my ass he's gonna like make a fucking Sly Cooper video because no one's watching his fucking advice videos.
You have to reach your passion projects. By the way, I'm writing a book.
It's just really bizarre because I was like watching these videos and I'm like, is this really how is this really how guys think? And then I felt like I was going insane because I was just like, well, is this supposed to be what I'm supposed to feel? Because I'm not gonna fucking lie, this is not the first time I've ever watched those fucking videos. Because back when I was in high school, I was really fucking desperate for a fucking girlfriend. And most of those fucking guys are just like, they like say some bullshit and then they expect you to like do all that thing. And it just makes you look like a fucking asshole.
I've never once in my life thought it was a good idea to cheat on my partner. Yeah, right? I never... It's not really the common knowledge right
it's
there.
So fucking weird because because both of us were watching like the fucking podcast thing and like they say it like it was fucking nothing. They said it's just like, I cheated on this girl and whatever, and I was like, wait, you're happy about that?
And it's like, I don't know, in my fucking I also game over. Fucking hell, you know what, I can't even keep up with the death count. Like, the death count is at infinity. I don't even, but no, like, okay, so with my past relationship, it was really bad. My 4-year relationship ended very poorly, and like, honestly, like, the last 6 months of it, probably, I would consider it over, and I was like very much done with the relationship the last 6 months, and like, not even once still, because I was still considered to be in a relationship, ever crossed my mind to like just pursue other people at the time. Like, never had I like like, even when my relationship was at its lowest, I still would never do anything of the sort. And it's like incredible to think people just do it without second thought, or like they're like, oh no, this is fine, this is normal. It's like, then, you know, don't be in a relationship then if you just want to pursue multiple women at once.
I was fucking losing my mind when he was saying like, men don't cheat, they exercise options, as if they were fucking the contestant from fucking Bachelor. Like, they have all the fucking women in their hands and they're trying to figure out which one is the best one for them. But they're still gonna cheat the next day. So it's really fucking stupid as shit for them to even like say that out of their fucking mouths.
The guy, what was it? We were listening to the breakup video he made, and he was like, you know, you just have to get through it. There's lots of women lined up for you, so you could just get back in. Like, as if women are throwing themselves at like him. Like, it's so easy to just get over a breakup because there's so many women throwing themselves at every man alive.
I was losing my fucking mind. He says it as if every fucking guy right now who are already struggling of trying to even find one fucking girlfriend are already having like fucking options of what girl they're gonna fucking date and shit. That is like so
It was just so good.
Holy shit. I was telling her that the podcast that they were filming with the lady was from the Fresh and Fit podcast, who right now are already in a controversy because
drama really started when Abba and Preach went back to a clip from a couple of months ago when Abba was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and they further dove into and debated what was said on that podcast, mainly talking about men who pay for sex. After they made that video, of course, Fresh and Fit chose to address this on their podcast the next day, and honestly, they couldn't have done a worse job, in my opinion. All they basically said was that Abba and Preach were trying to clout farm off of them, and that they were just mad because Fresh and Fit is beginning to pass them in viewership. Also in the process, calling them 2 old men, and basically saying that they get no pussy, and that at Fresh and Fit, apparently the pussy is rolling in by the minute. So basically just a bunch of immature insults trying to create some sort of dick measuring contest, and nothing really based in reality with actual facts or any sort of receipts. And I do think this particular comment right here is really what set this whole war off.
This nigga Preach is married prior to a fucking beluga whale somewhere, and y'all niggas talking shit. I don't have much thoughts on their platform. Are they doing some good things for some people? I'm sure. I have no doubt. I'm not even denigrating that. We just came at them for their ideas with regards to paying for box and all this stuff. Thought it was full of shit. I'm like, yo, relax, niggas, don't pay for box. Even more, what I find really distasteful is you come to find out that Myron Gaines himself, right, the so-called pickup artist, the master, has his own Seeking Arrangements account, his own profile, all right? This is on the web. You can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar babies. Okay. All right. You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing, okay? Then you come to find out this man's talking about, listen, we want burning desire from ladies. Ain't that what they say? Right? You want to get their best, so you got to earn it. Come to find out, this man's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to fuck. And if they don't, he gets upset about it and he gets all pissy. Oh, you fucked all my other boys. You won't fuck me, then you can't get on the platform. So wait, you want to bang a girl who just wants to come on the platform for clout? And you think that's burning desire? Me, it's the hypocrisy of these ideas. You preach to these men that they have to always seek this thing, that this is the way to live, that this is the best way, but you don't even walk the talk. That's what I find distasteful. It's like a Derek Jackson talking about be faithful to your wife, don't pay for box. Come to find out this man's cheating on everyone. How are you any different? Can you tell me? Now everyone's gonna get, well, you know, we're attacking people in the manosphere. I don't care about the manosphere. I don't care about none of this. Move with integrity in life. That's it.
I bet those guys are really just like, well, sex workers isn't really work.
It's just bad.
Like, people make money.
They probably make more money than you.
But you don't. But
on
you.
Your shitty podcast.
You're fucking right. You're fucking right. That's
I
funny.
know I'm fucking right.
But to be fair, fucking sex workers make a lot more money than most people who are working like a fucking 8 to 9 hour fucking job.
And I
so
hope they get that coin.
Is it? Yeah. Go get it.
Get it.
I find it really hypocritical because those people are just like, well, sex workers aren't really workers. They're not really doing anything.
It's not a real job.
But like they're really going out of their way to like fuck as many women as possible, and they're not being, and like with all their guy friends, they're just like, oh hell yeah, you're making, you're fucking as many women as possible. But when women do the same thing, and it's literally their fucking job, it's just like, oh, she's just a fucking whore. She's a fucking slut.
She's a slut.
I get like some women aren't really like that, but still, that's like fuck. It's like, again,
and even if she
not
like,
all
you
men
know,
and not all
women are allowed to like sex.
Yeah.
It's pretty pog. So if you can get paid to do something you like, okay, good.
I have to take care of the burden of you having a fucking ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, poor Scully has to deal with my past relationship drama.
Yeah.
How do you just hate me? God.
Yeah, you know, I kinda wished that I had a blank slate.
Isn't it just so upsetting that someone out of my control like manipulated me in the past and made me get trust issues? It's just such a, I'm so sorry that I was treated that way. Now you have to deal with it.
What was it? You said something about that.
I don't. Oh, like these
It
are
was
already
just,
the type of men that already probably caused those like traumatic issues. They probably literally break girls' hearts like that. Cheating on them, literally they already admitted to cheating, so they're literally the people that are like causing girls to like have this fucking trauma and everything of like not trusting a guy because all guys are just gonna cheat on her apparently. Like a lot of girls have that mindset. I don't want to be like, oh, they just don't know how to pick them, but like, you know, it just happens.
Yeah.
And again, it's also, I was saying yesterday, this is an assumption, you know, this doesn't mean it's for fact or anything, but I'm pretty sure these are the type of guys that are not into dating a woman who's not conventionally attractive. Therefore, it's like they really like only go towards one crowd of women. Not to say that women that are conventionally attractive are like bitches or anything, because they're not. Like a lot of women are beautiful and kind and amazing. But it's like if because they were talking about party girls mostly, and it's like, well, yeah, she's living her life, just wanting to hang out. She's not really interested in committing to some fucking gross ass alpha male bullshit. Sorry she doesn't want to bend down to your every command or whatever. I don't know. From like these young girls. Also, they're also like creep because they're like, oh, the prime age of 18, you know, barely legal. Oh fuck yeah. Young girls are so hot.
He just sits there and lies to me. You don't even love me. You're a liar.
It's very different when they say that they love you because they really don't mean it.
Scully, how big is your dick?
I mean...
God.
I mean, how big really was my dick?
How big is my dick? Enormous. He was lying the whole time. So Cully is not an alpha gamer? He was lying the whole time? Fuck. I hate this.
Yeah, I wasn't based before, but because I became, but because I went into the manosphere and I listened to podcasters talk about how women really work with no women in the table, that's how I discovered the true embodiment of how to become a man, how to become alpha. That's how it happened. That's my comeback story.
It's your origin story.
That's my origin story. Do you see how I became an alpha gamer, Batman?
Stop.
Do you see scars?
Oh god, this is so.
Do you see my forehead? It says damage. What if it's like they changed the word damaged on the forehead and said red pill?
Red pill.
I just fucked that guy up.
You just fucked that guy?
Yeah.
Because you're a slut and a whore.
Oh my god! Yes.
I love this.
That's why.
Oh, please, Scully, why don't you just cheat on me?
Scully, I don't know why you can't just put down the fucking controller, leave the house, and go fuck a whore, alright? Please. For the sake of being entertaining, please. Fucking hell, I fell.
What was so important?
None of your business.
Were you texting other guys? Can you at least tell me how big their dicks are? I need to know. Don't worry. I won't write them down.
Oh my god. Context, Scully just pulled out a notebook.
Please, I need to know. I'm not being insecure about.
Maybe you should check your Twitter.
My Twitter?
I don't know. Just a random thought.
The beta lizard.
Ow. I can't see. The image isn't loading. Oh my god! Why does it look like you though? I just realized. I thought it was you for a second.
I love this picture. Why he nutted in me and then started knitting.
Dude, why does it look like you?
Bruh, every white guy with brown hair and glasses look the same.
I know, but this one's from behind, so it looks even more like you. Because you can't see the face. Oh my god.
god, it's so good. But it'd be like, well, he nutted in me and started playing Sly Cooper. Beta cuck. Oh yeah, Shemeko will be beta cuck if he brings back the wholesomeness, don't you know? Do you want him to be a beta cuck? I didn't think so. Don't you know, Brooke? If he did that for you, that would make him a beta cuck if he did what a woman asked him to do. God.
Yeah. Brooke, it seems like you don't really understand.
We're alpha gamers, okay?
It doesn't seem like you understand the whole concept of the manosphere. The manosphere is basically like, it decided to call it the manosphere. It's such a fucking stupid word.
Manosphere.
Manosphere. It's making it sound like a fucking Star Wars game.
Star Wars.
Star Wars entering the manosphere.
Oh god.
You still didn't answer my question.
Oh my god, Shemeko just had the most fucking beta cunt comment. Just kidding. I have the big pee-pee. Big pee-pee. For me.
No. You can't. No.
Look it, see?
You can't just
Don't you see how you're below me
ears.
on this fucking screen? It's because you're a beta cunt and I am the alpha gamer.
No. It's not true.
That would never happen because Batman fans are sensible.
Make a Sly Cooper game, so I wrote a Sly Cooper game, and then everybody just can. Fuck! I'm tired of this Sly Cooper shit, man. Leave him the fuck alone. Sucker Punch and Insomniac, since they want to throw their hat in the ring of Sly Cooper speculation, and Sanzaru should create a Sly Cooper themed dildo so the fan base can actually fucking insert it, so they can physically feel what these companies have done to us instead of just metaphorically feeling it. Enough with this fucking horse shit.
Now, for those of you who don't know, I wrote a treatment for a new Sly Cooper game. Check it out on my channel if you haven't seen it. The only logical way to follow up Thieves in Time, in my mind, would be with another time travel story, and that's just not something I'd be interested in writing, not even as fan fiction. That's something Vivi would be interested in writing. So should he ever summon the strength to get off his ass and write a follow-up to Thieves in Time, you could have Thieves in Time 2 and Sly 4 Deceit of Thieves. That is if you like fan fiction. Instead of hating it, if it doesn't coincide with your fan fiction ideas that you never lifted a finger to put on paper, I'm telling you right now, whether you agree with how I go about it or not, I would personally put together a Sly animated pilot with my team, and I'd personally pay Kevin Miller whatever he wants to voice it if he'd consider it. It's that I'm playing God. And we're the only guys who have done it in a serious treatment, because if we didn't, nobody would have. All you guys know how to do is demand shit and talk shit. We put our money where our mouth was and made something for the fans. Here's what only passionate independent filmmakers like Damsel and I understand. In the same way nobody's coming to produce and fund our movies for us, we have to do it ourselves or nothing gets done, the industry is not giving us a fifth Sly Cooper game. Damsel has put his money and his efforts where his mouth is, and didn't only just craft the story for a new Sly game like I did, but is in the middle of developing the gameplay and has been for months. I just laugh to myself thinking, I know how the Sly Cooper extremists reject my Sly fan content, and I can only imagine what the Sly Cooper psychos are gonna think about this. I know my evil twin, the Thieves in Time fanboy, wouldn't think too highly of it. And there does seem to be something that just feels a little off about this orange Cooper.
Yeah, you know why? Because Sly Cooper's not orange. He's fucking gray. They're fucking with the mythology. Fuck you. Fuck this fucking shit.
How is turning McSweeney into a villain when he's already a parallel to somebody in a narrative sense going to forward the franchise into a more impressive experience, you know?
What I think this boils down to is you disagree with my idea. How about that side of the legality of things? That you've been rocking with a criminal as a respected detective forever. I think, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just patting myself on the back, but I think that'd be an interesting arc.
Probably Clockwork himself, who was not necessarily a nemesis of, what's his name, Connor or something, or was that just a fan?
He wasn't a nemesis, that's just why he killed him?
Thievius Raccoonus was what, you know, he took.
All right, what you just said is factually incorrect.
That's
factually incorrect. That
was
he wasn't
a nemesis of
nemesis.
the name Cooper and not just his dad himself. Because it seems to me that in Sly 1, Clockwork had been around for what he said, hundreds of years, thousands maybe. which means that he's encountered Coopers of all kinds.
Okay, but you're using a technicality with me. Being after the whole family line.
What? You're immortal? Revenge is the primal ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting the day when I will finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
I would really argue that you and most of y'all that disagree with me would not have questioned this had Sucker Punch made it exactly the way I made it. I know about McSweeney being the villain, but I bet your motherfucking ass if it was created by Sucker Punch, you still would have accepted it, enjoyed it. You would have enjoyed the new edition of Connor, or I'm sorry, not the new edition of Connor, of Coulson replacing Carmelita. Maybe you'd struggle with those little things as we all do with sequels. I find it hard to believe there's anybody out there that accepts a whole string of sequels as being perfect. Like every single sequel is perfect. Like everybody's got their little gripes with every sequel to their favorite movie, to their favorite game, but the overall enjoyment of it and not being sucked out of that enjoyment because of the narrative or because of the story is a totally different thing.
This might be ultimately slightly tangential, not too far though. But I'd like to go on a little bit of not necessarily a rant, but just a monologue. The thing is, I was mentioning earlier that Clockwork is more a nemesis, less to Sly's father, but to the entire name Cooper, right? I feel like that's not too inaccurate, right? No. Okay. So in Sly 2, when it's literally not about Sly's father anymore, it's actually one of his newer nemesis Sly himself has made, now combined with the machinery of an old enemy of the name Cooper. So it's not relative at all, arguably anyway, to his father. In that case, what you have left is the thematic approaches to each game. What you have in Sly 1 is his preservation of his family's history. He got the Thieves Raccoonus back. He beat everybody who had a similar history to his own, but with stronger morals in the end. Sly 2 comes around, and it was more about preserving his future, making sure that his kids would be safe from the history that plagued his family's lineage, essentially. Then you have Sly 3 that questioned the entire point of his lineage and the legacy thereof. And so what would Sly 4 be about? And I feel like I said earlier, this could be just I mentioned that whole connection before between McSweeney being the one to connect Sly and his family lineage back up with the gang, his friends, even though they're not in an illegal gang anymore, because they're not just friends, they're family. They've been around since their childhoods. And so the ethic, that the theme that Sly 4 could be about would just be that family can stick together no matter what. You can still have Carmelita's gray area of ethics and morality versus what the law allows, but you have to be able to wrap it up in a package that makes sense in a way that, I guess, resonates to the theme, I guess. But that's just one thing that you could make Sly 4 about, because I feel like that's the largest source of tension for me personally. I don't know how you could go about it in a way that makes thematic sense, but for me, what sucks is like, oh, well, Sly's with Carmelita now. That's great for him. That's great for her. But what about his buddies who were left sitting in the wind? They've got money. They've got their hobbies, they have their interests, but what about each other? Do they ever still keep up? We don't know, because there hasn't been a faithful fourth installment that makes canonical sense. So,
well, it's something to consider, but my feeling about it is your idea for a Sly 4 could make sense in the way that you explained it, being that it plays off a comment from the ending of Sly 3. So in that respect, it could make sense. I just don't know that it would be entertaining. Just personally, I think I think any way you look at it, mine would be entertaining. Personally, I'm not just patting myself on the back. I think it'd be entertaining. I think you know something. I think you'd like it a lot.
Creative.
I'll tell you something right now. I have never quite come across a situation where people defend a character that had 60 seconds of screen time so much. ever, 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 ever. Hey, listen, how do you think I responded to this criticism? You made a comment that like I don't respond to criticism well, or you don't like the way I handled the criticism. I never really knew what to say about that.
Ultimately, what I want to do is, by the time Sly Cooper is like forgotten about, if I ever have enough financial freedom and time to do it, I want to make a Sly Cooper movie. So my ultimate goal is either an animated Deceit of Thieves movie or a live action Sly Cooper movie where we maybe get rid of the title Sly Cooper, maybe change up the names of the characters, and it's the same story but it's acted out with humans. Because the main thing that attracts me to Sly Cooper is not that I'm like a gaming freak, it's that story. I love the story, I really do. How the fuck, if you're searching Sly Cooper, if that's all you watch, how does that not take you directly to us?
Couldn't tell you.
Because all we make is Sly Cooper shit. But then I'm figuring maybe it takes you directly to VV and VMask because that's the Sly Cooper shit that has the most engagement. I posted this, and I told the Sly Cooper kids, when you become attractive to women, they'll paint you pictures of Sly Cooper. This is one of my girls actually painted this for me, and that's definitely the way to my heart. Like now I take her a lot more seriously.
That's a keeper, bro.
Yeah, I got that up on my wall too, Kevin. 2021. That's good shit. I'm gonna give you my receipts. Like I talk about having 3 girl rotations, I give girl advice, and the gaming kids try to bring my self-esteem down and spread rumors that like, oh, he doesn't really have girls. This is a real douchebag thing to do. But just for the comment section, guys, I'm gonna try to get all 3 on the phone.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
For a friend?
Yes, I'm with my Sly Cooper friend, alright?
Did you guys want to hang out with us?
No, we're doing Sly Cooper shit tonight, so no sex tonight. That's why we did it last night. But I do have that big whip that we'll bring in the house next time.
Oh yeah, so.
Are you enjoying the BDSM shit?
Oh yeah.
There it is.
That's the shit they hate me for. That's the shit they fight me for. Claw Gang for life, bro.
Yeah.
For life. I'll be 70 years old, repping Claw Gang. How fucking ridiculous is that?
Fuck. You know, I'm sorry, Kevin Savo. Could have believed it from the start. You don't have to explain anything. Hope you buy my game too. It's a really fun game.
21 people in the chat. Let us know how you came over, how you found the channel. Hopefully it's not an abundance of gaming cats tonight. I'm looking to talk to the subscribers that came over from Rolo Tomasi and Donovan Sharp's channel as we are rebranding Savo Central into a Red Pill channel.